So we're replacing the struts and the inner and outer tie rod on a 2017 Dodge Journey SXT with front wheel drive. First thing you're gonna do is measure your toe in for the back of your and the front of your tires. The front is sitting at 62 and 7/16, and the rear is sitting at 62 and 1/2, which means I have about 1/8 of a toe in. Next thing you're gonna do, you're gonna get under your hood. You're gonna remove this plastic piece. As you see all the holes, they each one have a plastic thing in them. If you grab it under the middle of it pops up, which releases it, and then you can take it out. Now, I couldn't get the window wiper blade out of the way, so we're just gonna work around this plastic. It easily lifts up. You're gonna take off 8 bolts, 4 on each side. You're gonna remove this metal bar right here. You're gonna lock up your wheel, brick the tire, jack the vehicle up. Next thing you're gonna do, take off these 2 bolts. It's a 21 millimeter. Next thing you're gonna do, you're gonna take your sway bar link off. It was not easy. Them little metal bar has this fabric and this piece of plastic attached to it with some plastic. Get it out of there and remove your metal bar. Alright, so once you got your jack under your knuckle completely supported, you remove the tie rod bolt, you remove these 2 bolts, you remove these 3 bolts, 1, 2, and then back here 3. Now what you're going to do is you're going to have to get these lines off, so you're going to take them 2 bolts off. Now once you got your old one out, so after you got your new one in, that's what you're going to do. You're going to hold it up with one hand, like this. You can reach over top here. You can put one nut on the thingy. I've already put it back together, but nut's right there. That's going to hold it in place. Then you're going to put your 2 big bolts in. 1, 2, and boom. Then you're going to tighten down the 3 top ones, tighten down these ones, put this back on, put your sway bar link back on, and boom, everything's done. You got your new shot and strut in place. Okay, so now we're going to be removing the outer tie rod and the inner tie rod. First thing you're going to do, you're going to get this clamp off. Second thing you're going to do, you're going to get a piece of screwdriver, and you're going to get back there, and you're going to pry this damn thing off. It's a little bit of a bitch. You might have to like get this real tight this way, pull it, and get your screwdriver in there and kind of force it off. Maybe turn it if you got to get it up here towards the top, and again, just pry it off. That's what it should look like. Now, I couldn't get the tie rod to stop spinning, and I can't fit a vice grip in here. So what I did was I put the vice grip on the bottom, and I'm using these locking pliers. If you're smart, you're going to go buy yourself a pair of these because they lock onto the bolt, plus you're going to need them to get this one off. I promise, these are awesome. They unlock by just going like that. But yeah, you need a pair of these, so make sure you invest in yourself. Now for the driver's side, I also had to heat up the nut because it wasn't coming. It's got some type of glue or some shit. You're going to want to invest in yourself. These are not expensive and they last forever. Get one of these, get a lighter. There at the end, after I got it loosened up, I'm able to push it up and get these in there so that I can hold it still so I can get a ratchet and socket on there and finish getting that off. Once you got this nut off, you're going to leave it in there. And you're going to loosen up this nut. Once you got that nut loosened up, you're going to take it out and you're going to count your turns. Now mine is facing downwards, so one full turn would be all the way back to being down. You're going to count how many times you had to turn it to get it off. Now you might have to put a pair of vice grips on the inner tie rod to keep this from spinning so you can loosen this up. So by the way, I had to get a hacksaw and cut this off because somebody must have used red thread locker because I heated it up for 10 minutes and used a breaker bar and it would not budge. But I just cut it off. Then after you get it off, you're going to take this off and your rubber piece that's around here. And then you're going to get your tie rod removal tool from O'Reilly's and you're going to find which one of these fits over that. You're going to put it on there and then you're going to put this on there. But before you put this over top of this, you're going to want to put this in here. first, because once you get it on there, it's like real delicate. And then you're going to use that, and you're going to turn this piece off, and then you're going to remove your inner tie rod. Outer, inner. So this is what you're going to do to get your steering rack to go center, okay? You're going to turn your wheel all the way to the left. You turn your wheel all the way to the right, and you're going to count how many times you make a full rotation. A full rotation should end up upside down. So I have 3 rotations. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it back 1.5, and boom, that is where dead center is. And then you're simply going to reinstall everything. Put the boot back over, tighten it up using the tool, the specialty tool I just showed you. And then you're going to put your inner tie rod on. Outer tie rod. So like I said, I was able to get the one tie rod off, but not the other one, so I had to cut it off. So what you got to do in that situation is center the steering rack, like I showed you, and then make sure that when you put the inner and outer tie rods on, that you measure the length of the inner tie rod and make it even on both sides before you put the outer tie rod into the knuckle. Okay, so I hope this video helps somebody. We're adjusting the toe in on the vehicle. I am on the passenger side in the front. If you want the wheels to go towards the passenger side, you're going to shorten the driver's side and lengthen the passenger. In order to do that, you're going to be going down on both sides of the vehicle to get the wheels to go this way. If you want the wheels to go the other way, both of these have to go upwards on both sides of the vehicle. So stay with me, people, because this is where I'm at. I keep telling myself, shorten the driver's side, lengthen the passenger side, the wheels go this way. Okay, so right now I need the toe on the front of the wheel to go inwards. So again, shorten that side, lengthen this side, the wheels turn this way, right? Well, if I shorten that side, what's that going to do to the wheel? If you pull it inwards, it's going to bring the toe out. Same thing on here. If you lengthen this one, what's that going to do? That's going to push the toe in. So that means we need to be lengthening this one right now. I hope the hell that helps someone. Alignment, helpful hints, part 2. Okay. If you shorten this side, wheels go this way. If you shorten this side, wheels go that way. If you lengthen this side, the toe goes in. If you shorten it, the toe goes out. One full turn of the inner tie rod gets the steering wheel to go about 5 degrees either way. So maybe like, I can only get like quarter turns, maybe half turns. So like 1 or 2 turns gets it to move 5 degrees. Well, 5 to 10 degrees. So quick recap. Shorten this side, wheel goes this way. Shorten this side, steering wheel goes that way. Shorten either side, the toe goes out. Lengthen either side, the toe goes in. One full turn of the inner tie rod gets the wheel to spin that way 5 to 10 degrees. Or this way 5 to 10 degrees, whatever. Alright, so part 3 here. Get your wheel. And it's a little bit this way. We need to get it to go this way, okay? The reason that's happening is because you have a steering box under here. It's like a rod that goes across. And when you adjust the alignment, it pushes it this way or this way. You need it to be directly in the middle. So the front of my tires is sitting at 62 5/8. And the rear is sitting at 62 11/16. But I need that steering box to get back into the center here. So what I did was I got under there and did a quarter of a turn on this side, lengthening it to get the toe to go this way, which gets the wheel to go this way. And I shortened it on this side a quarter of a turn. Now we're going to tighten up that jam nut and we're going to drive it, because again the wheel only needs a little bit to get even. So that's my advice to you. Get your toe correct. Get the steering wheel basically correct. That may mean that you have to keep test driving it. I mean, it gets annoying. This is not easy, I promise. This was very, very difficult. But this is why I make these helpful videos for y'all. But get your toe correct, and then get your steering wheel as best you can straight, and then just do quarter turns. Lock the nut back up, drive it down the road until it's either this way or this way, whatever way you need that steering box to get back in the middle.